Elite with Zeech International, and it's been my pleasure to be with this company for 5 years now. Tonight's call is all about the product. So if you've been invited guests, we are so pleased that you have joined us to learn about the product from, I think, the very best person possible, our formulator, Russ Bianchi. You know, we have different calls throughout the week, but tonight is all focused on the product. So tomorrow night we're going to have an opportunity call so that you get to learn about the business. But I really want to get into this product because Russ and I are going to talk about everything about moringa, and why it works, and how it can be beneficial to you. And Russ, I heard that you are on the road, so welcome to the call. And where are you traveling?
Hello to everyone from the Midwest, on my way back to the West Coast tomorrow. Where's Waldo? Where's Uncle Russ? Each day's a different city. We're out here supporting you in the field, as this company is absolutely exploding in volume and getting people towards wellness as well.
Excellent. So you're just traveling like normal. So, Russ, I can't believe, they tell us that we've had a 25% increase in people coming to Zeja, for the product, for the business, everything like that. So a lot of people, they don't know anything about you. So how about you give a quick synopsis of why Zeja, why the moringa tree?
Well, my name is Russ Bianchi, at least that's what it says on my passport, and I'm the CEO and Managing Director and founder of a company called Adept Solutions Incorporated. We're product developers based in the Monterey Bay Area of California. We create, convert, and stabilize. We do it in pharmaceutical and drug development, food and beverage, skincare and cosmetics, flavor, chemistry and stabilization, cosmetics and skincare, chocolate and confectionery, functional and dietary supplementation. If perhaps you've ever seen or consumed an energy bar, the vast majority of successful brands out there we may have had something to do with. About maybe a little over 7 years ago now, we received a phone call and we were asked two questions. We were talking about a botanical that had been on a documentary on the Discovery Channel, literally saving third world babies and their mothers from starvation in terms of nutrient efficaciousness. They basically had two questions of us to find out. Question one was, if moringa being purported was so efficacious, why wasn't anybody using it? And secondly, if someone was, whom? What we found out very quickly was there was at least 6.5 decades of empirical, published, vetted, technical, scientific, and medical literature on the subject for drug development in humans, and it all failed. What we also found out was there was no efficacious commercial supply, and so the reason no one had used it was, other than no commercial supply, the correct form of moringa that only Zeja International has and no one else does, of all the constituent nutrient parts of the plant, basically tastes horrifically bad in nature to protect itself from being devoured for its nutrient density. We came on board for one reason. The founder promised us and exceeded his promises in terms that if we were to get there and deliver a product with efficacious amounts of moringa, that the quality assurance and control, good manufacturing, safety standards, production, literally raw material acquisition to a finished brand in an integrated model would never be compromised. Not only did Ken Prelser promise that, he far exceeded that, and he and his team of the CEO Rob Larson, Dr. Joshua Plant, Ryan Palmer, Jerome Dastra, Mike Hirschberger, Sherry Cutler, Whitney Davis, the list goes on of all the wonderful people supporting you back at Zeja International. They have a state-of-the-art processing plant now, FDA inspected to the highest qualitative standards of empirical, deliverable, evidentiary-based nutritional results. And in March of 2008, governmental agencies, academic agencies, scientific agencies affirmed all of this and literally said that hundreds and hundreds of conditions and disorders and diseases could be arrested and reversed. Now, we're not your doctor. We're not in medical practice, and we don't diagnose, treat, prevent, cure, mitigate, or prescribe. But what is being delivered in a very direct referral model that is very simple in distribution from a warehouse to the user's house is honest nutrition that simply hasn't been in food or beverage for some 4.5 decades.
Mm-hmm. So what you have created is an organic whole food.
Well, no, God created the tree. I didn't do that. All I did was put it in the form folks could consume. And, or as I like to say, it ain't me, it's the tree. What I will tell you, though, is yes, it's all of those and more. It's not contradictory with any drug in the marketplace, any of the over-counter stuff. This is food, plain and simple. But it's food that has nutrient value at hundreds of times that of other stripped and industrialized and processed foods in the marketplace. No harmful ingredients like high fructose corn syrup that can really wreak havoc on the body. And it's delivering large levels of naturally occurring omega-3, 6, and 9 besides vitamins and minerals. Delivering 3 dozen naturally occurring anti-inflammatories and dozens upon dozens of antioxidants and anti-carcinogens, but also, Pat, it's delivering all the amino acids that are essential to life, which are essential that our bodies don't produce ourselves. We have to get from somewhere else. And those aren't in supplementation or other tinctures and juices and concoctions and chemistry that are purported to have them and in point of fact don't deliver them in absorbability. So it is a quantum leap ahead of anything that is in the marketplace from anyone. And the answer is an emphatic and empirical and guaranteed yes.
But Russ, you can go into the drugstore and they've got signs telling us and commercials on TV telling us that their vitamin pills are going to absorb and they've got everything that the body could possibly need for better health. Why wouldn't I go buy one of them?
You could, Pat. They're about 1/8 the cost, but they don't even tell you that they're complete from A to Z. And to put it back, they are not absorbed at all. Actually, November 2010, one of those companies was criminally indicted, Pearson Corporate Shield, for fraud because their claims of complete from A to Z were not true in terms of absorbability. But Pat, ask yourself a simpler question. If these tinctures, if these juices, if these elixirs, if these multivitamins actually did what they said, why is everybody sicker and sicker? In 1965, Pat, we're only consuming about 1,500 calories a day from 4 basic unprocessed food groups, and maybe 1 out of 60 people had a weight challenge, and maybe 1 out of 58 had a blood glucose challenge. Today, we're consuming 3,200 calories per day, and we're receiving up to 85%, depending on the category, less absorbable nutrients and more than double the caloric intake. 1 out of 3 in North America either has some form of glucose resistance, hypoglycemia, or diabetes, and 7 out of 10 are literally overweight or morbidly overweight. As a matter of fact, Pat, I just saw a hard number the other day that 3 million people in the United States alone this year will lose their lives from obesity-related issues.
Mm-hmm. I know it's got rampant. And we've talked about this between, what really upsets me is seeing the children and the obesity in the children and how sick they are. Now, can our children have this product too?
Absolutely. Anyone that's breathing in the space-time continuum can take Zija. There are no contradictions. There is no issue with vitamin K and blood thinners that they try to scare you with at the doctor's office. Now, we're not your doctor. I repeat that. And we're not a drug. We're nutrition. But if you give the body what it needs, it's the body that self-corrects. There's 2 outcomes in life. You're either going to get better or you're not. It's that simple. I didn't say it was easy, I said it was simple. And the real truth of the matter is the food chain got dumbed down, and that's why everybody's so sick. So not only are we overfed, Pat, we're massively undernourished, and then we are pandemically overdrugged. We're 450% more drugs being consumed on a prescription basis than only 25 years ago. That's out of control when you consider that just in the last 6,000 drugs approved for use by the Food and Drug, or Health Canada as examples in North America, the average number of adverse and harmful side effects per each and every one of those, up to and including premature death, is 70 per drug. I can sum up 3.5 decades in formulation, Pat, in about 4 words. Drugs kill, plants cure. Zeke International is in the efficacious plant nutrition wellness business.
So one of, like, where, as you said earlier, we're organic. Now, we have this fancy term, so many people don't know what it means. Enzymatically alive. What does that mean?
It means absorbable. It actually gets into your body. Oh, gee, what a concept. You know, once upon a time when I was a kid, milk would be delivered to your door unrefrigerated, fresh from a cow, unpasteurized. Not a soul on the planet in the last 10,000 years, if fresh, ever died of any microbial, bacteriological, viral, anything. Because milk is understood by the body to be absorbed. Guess what? Moringa is understood by the body to be absorbed. And what we're delivering is something that is a chemical concoction. It's not acidified. It's not heated. It's not deadened. And as a result of that, the body gets that nutrition. Now, the basis of all issues now has been proven by a woman by the name of Elizabeth Blackburn, MD, professor of physiology at the University of California, San Francisco. It took her 30 years to figure this out. They gave her the Nobel Prize for Medicine for Physiology a couple years back. And the basis of everything is the erosion, the thinning, the shortening of a shellac, a varnish, a protective coating, if you will, on your DNA. That's 30,000 little Lincoln logs in each of your 270 trillion cells in your body. Do we know that nutrition helps restore and maintain telomerase activity? The answer is an emphatic yes. And is there any more nutrient-dense and bioavailable or absorbable nutrient on this planet than Moringa oleifera? Well, science and medicine for decades have been saying it's the most nutrient-dense plant. That's documented in a book called Miracle Tree by Dr. Monica Marcoux, who's on Zeke's Scientific Review Board. One of probably a leading botanical pharmacologist on the planet. It's documented in another book by Dr. Howard W. Fisher at themoringabook.com, Moringa oleifera, Magic, Myth, or Miracle. This is extremely well documented. I think there's more literature out there in the thousands of studies now on efficacious moringa, only available from Zika and no one else, than anything I've ever touched or researched as a whole food or whole ingredient for the world that wasn't just us. And as a result, we knew all along that moringa for thousands of years was used for the seed pod and 7,443 times fueling lamps and perhaps for months upon months. You see what we do on the largest anything on the earth and we've now proven that the water is not anyway for the retail and direct sales in Europe, United Kingdom. We only got the North and South America observations and perspiration years ahead of all that someone said even because this was nothing faster initially and on this thing is 143 basis, which is lower cost and many others for contradictive guilty-free hypocalorogenic efficacious chemistry that goes on all the other on the other example was referred in Sanskrit English bottom line is only international Zika on your own true organic growth and orientation is only from raw materials.
You said something there, you know, you have developed some companies all around the world.
I can get a health food store.
Do we have something, you know, I'm working hard, a lot of people in the line are working hard. This isn't something that we can actually go and build a business around.
One super mix from Zika. Like right now, the company's probably going to know as a result of convention and doubling the results of entry and do we have the capacity to do that in raw material and production sustainability, and the answer is absolutely yes. We can consider vaccine involvement because it's a remember, this is the first time that we have the multi-generation of applications to change constituent parts of $1 in sales or something in the 70s and 80s, and they're still around. No one's done that in direct ripple sales. And he's on his third, and I will quote him directly, I can do more with one tree
those are our two
versus everything else I've done on a cumulative basis in hundreds and hundreds of other products. Breeding aspects of the controlling administration, and there are rules and competitors. After you're around, it doesn't matter. You have to get the restriction. Everything like that in our desert. What do you think is going to do? You're delivering more things to kill than anyone I kill for the landing flags, which are the key to 50 with the program of those that are teaching becoming distributors and distributors. You can read each month.
Very, very much. Okay. Then we have this is usability for all the guests on energy. You want to learn about to get us away from all those chemical ones on the market. We have a call tomorrow night, and it's going to be an open call.
I've done a lot of energy bars, and we always try to deliver real kinesiological sports energy, which is a catch-up for us word.
Please join us.
No crash.
Same number.
Appreciate all of you joining us tonight. Thank you, Gain Rush.
And we'll see you on the road. And I'm sure many other people will see you traveling.
Great. Dr. Josh, I'm very happy. Thank you, guys. You're constantly with me, researching, and we're always trying to figure out how we can constituent parts. Now you got to ask yourself a question. We can name all the brands that are out there, but we don't have to, that claim power and energy. But what are these things really? They are lethal levels of anhydrous synthetic chemical caffeine that will stop your heart as a neurostimulant, both initially or cumulatively. Combine them with a blood pressure like alcohol, and you will get a cardiac arrest to meet your maker cocktail. They have taurine and guarana in them, which are unregulated, not generally recognized as safe, and known to cause birth defect and cancer. This is not up for debate. It's in the literature. In addition to that, they have B6 and 12 vitamins synthesized and rendered from the intestines of pigs in slaughterhouses before the rest is macerated for cheap, generic, and pet food. Carcinogenic sweeteners, colorants, acidulants, preservatives, stabilizers. These things don't deliver energy or power. They deliver disease and death. And they're being sued all over the place now because of that. We deliver real sports results, real physical energy, mental acuity, alertness, endurance. We are feeding strong, fast-twitch muscles to build speed, recovery without injury, without cramping. And the results are overwhelming. There isn't a collegiate division sport, Olympic category, a professional category that isn't using this incredibly successfully. XM3 and XM Plus deliver that where no one else does, and results and records don't lie. Only VJ is delivering those, not the others.
Well, what I'm really excited about is what's happened since you released the weight management system. The reports, oh my gosh, we are helping so many people without getting surgeries or on, chemical pills, etc. Let's talk a little bit about your weight management system.
Diets don't work, Pat. They never have and they never will. Prove IR weigh-in sessions? Are you kidding me? New improved tank schedules? Celebrities gaming you on TV for the last 40 years saying they lost the weight when they were really on a treadmill at a fat farm with a guy whipping them from behind 7 days a week, and then they go on TV and tell you to order some meal or combination of foods that when they deliver it to your door, the packaging tastes better. They've been conning America and the world for 40 years. And they didn't work, Pat, because we went from 1 out of maybe 60 people with a weight challenge to 7 out of 10 with a serious weight or morbid weight challenge. So they didn't work, Pat. We're not a diet. We deliver real nutrition as a basis in Vega Super Mix. We deliver new and improved, significantly new and improved XM AM as well as PM caps that trigger leptin in your brain. You're not hungry, you're what we call satiated, and you burn body fat. And then we give you a detoxification or a premium tea that actually is a Ken Bransford Master Herbalist formula that we put moringa into. And it is a combination of these three things in a simple system that will allow anyone, I repeat anyone, if they use it correctly, to lose all the weight they want, not just initially, Pat, but permanently. And this company expanded hundreds of millions of dollars on a simple referral question. Might you happen to know someone who would like to lose some weight permanently at little or no cost? I didn't say it was easy, but I said it was very simple. It offended no one. It wasn't, kind of a brash Uncle Rob saying, hey, fatso, you want to lose some weight? No. We can give you nutrition, and if you give the nutrition to the body, it's the body that self-corrects. And results and evidentiary-based evidence do not lie, and they're guaranteed at Vega and nowhere else.
And Russ, what I've heard over and over and over again on people that are losing a lot of weight is that their skin isn't hanging like when they go on these mass diets.
Yeah, because you're feeding your body, Pat. You're delivering real nutrition, so you're not going to get baggy skin. Remember, the largest organ on your body is your skin. It's protecting everything else. Well, we're delivering on a very simple basis nutrition to every cell in your body. So why would not each and every cell, be it skin or otherwise, self-correct also by real nutrition that's absorbable? So yeah, this isn't the other diet that somehow make you lose a bunch of water or burn some fat only to gain it back because you didn't get the nutrition in the first place and you binge again and overeat. That isn't what we're doing here. We are not those other systems. We are a hybrid of real science under dietary supplement law in a direct referral wellness model at little or no cost. And all you have to do is share with friends, and then they tell friends, and before you know it, 1% effort by 100 people rips apart 100% from one. And it is not a linear growth model. This is a multiple geometric progression.